What better way to showcase a mono green deck by pitting me against a 5-color deck, of course, and a shrine deck, no less. Okay. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. Dark Ritual. Wow. Okay, so they can go for... Wow. This concede button is looking pretty damn fine, isn't it? Well, at least we can kill this. That is pretty gross, making us discard so much on... Well, it would have made us discard a lot by turn 2, discarding 1 card for each shrine, which is disgusting. But it looks like the tables might have turned a bit here, because now we can also go for the Elvish Mystic, which is pretty damn hot. Man, I was so close to conceding there, so close. This Honden is horrendous. You know what? Screw you. Screw you. I absolutely love this general. Coming down, giving the rest of your creatures double power and vigilance until end of turn is absolutely game ending, and the deck is built around the entire idea of doubling creatures' powers. So you've got God Eternal Ramus, which does this when it comes in. We also have Zopandrel, which is the newer version of this, and you can give this guy indestructible by sacking 2 other creatures. This also happens every turn, every combat, so it's really powerful. Unnatural Growth also happens every turn as well. So if you've got these out, that's ×2, ×4, ×8. And we also have a lesser known card, Choose Your Weapon. 3 mana instant. You can double something's power until end of turn, which is game winning. If you've got Trample out there, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Mono green decks these days are just so good because they've got so much card advantage, so many ways to draw. You've got Lifecrafter's Bestiary, lets you scry 1 on upkeep and draw a card, or whenever you cast a creature spell if you pay 1 green. We have Tribute to the World Tree. Creature comes in, you draw a card or put 2 counters on it. You've got Guardian Project, which does the same thing, just draw a card, and the Great Henge, which is incredibly powerful in any green deck. Nissa Ascended Animist is ridiculous. If you play this for 5 mana, you're probably going to win the game. She just makes so much pressure, making huge creatures each turn, destroying artifacts or enchantments each turn. One way you can pump the deck into ultra mega power mode is using Panamonican, because with this out, you'll double the triggers with the God Eternal Ramus, so you'll get ×2, then ×4 power on each of your other creatures. So make sure if you do that, though, you have lots of creatures out. Otherwise, you're just not going to really get much of a bonus. It's only when you're desperate that you're going to want to cast God Eternal Ramus out with nothing else out there. The rest of the support is mostly ramp with stuff like Elvish Mystic, Gilded Goose, Llanowar Elves. And there's a few fight spells like Ancient Animus. You've got Bushwhack to fight things, Blizzard Brawl, just to get rid of the early opponent's creatures' threats. Hopefully you'll be going first, and hopefully you'll be smashing face. Don't forget to throw in 1 copy of Nykthos, because in a mono green deck, this is actually really good, because mono green has the most amount of permanents and pips out all the time. When we look at just Tribute to the World Tree here, that gives you 3 green if you have Nykthos out already, so that's already pretty awesome. Combined with something else like Natural Growth, you're going to get so much mana. So yeah, try and craft a Nykthos to put in your mono color decks. Probably not in anything with 2 or more colors, though, not that reliable. So yeah, I hope you enjoy looking at some of the older commanders that I'll probably be going through as well, because a lot of other YouTubers are doing the newer commanders, and I will as well, but I think it's nicer to show some respect to the old commanders that have been here a while and may have gotten a little bit forgotten, sadly enough. So let's get into the games. Right, we get to go first, but sorry, the opponent gets to go first, but we have some ramp, which is pretty awesome. Turn 2 Cultivate is pretty great. Depending on what they do, though, like, maybe we want to bank some stuff. Well, let's try for the Tyler's Provisioner first. They could counter this. Cast out, okay. So they're probably looking for a board wipe now. So we might not want to apply any more pressure, to be honest. Ooh, Relic, okay. Guardian Project or Cultivate. So the ramping is always great. Yeah, let's go for Cultivate here. I like this. I like advancing the board state. I mean, the Guardian Project is great, don't get me wrong. It really is. Let's just swing with the Provisioner here. And then in the next turn, if they do have a board wipe, we have the Tyvar stand to give something hexproof indestructible, which I really like. Okay, so they're just passing the turn. Do they have some flash? They've got 5 mana open. Okay, let's swing in with the Provisioner, see what happens here. And pass the turn. Mind Splice Apparatus. Okay. Fine, so their spells are going to be cheaper and cheaper now. Interesting. Innocence and Sorcery costs 1 less for each counter on this. Okay, so we're going to want to apply more pressure in our next turn. They can now go for the Heliod into the Cast Out soon. Elspeth Conquers Death. We'll know what they're going to go for. Provisioner? Sure, let's give it hexproof. Actually, we don't even have to pay, do we? Pay 0. Protect it at all costs. Do they have another spell here? You could have a 2-mana counter. Okay. Go for the Guardian Project. Start drawing cards for every creature that comes in. Now I do wonder if they have any board wipes. Wow. Apparently the Gilded Goose was a step too far, guys. A 0-2 that drew me 1 extra card. Okay. Okay, this starting hand is... It's average. But we do have the ramp, and the Garruk's really cool. Let's see how this goes. Bite spell here can't do much by itself, but once we get some creatures and they get some creatures, we can finally use it. Okay, Tribute to the World Tree is nice as well. Probably want to do this before the Stomper now. Magda. Ooh. Okay. Fine, we could finish the Magda off here, but... Or we could go for the Paradise Druid. Let's go for the Tribute first, I think. And then next turn we can go for the Stomper. Gets us a land and a card, and then we can fight one of their creatures. This Tribute to the World Tree is so obscenely good. 3 mana. Draw cards or get counters. Chandra. Okay. That's quite annoyingly good. That is very good with the Corvold. 4-point swing and also get a treasure. Gee whiz. Oh, Shadow Spear. Okay. Now, normally next turn they can actually cast the Corvold unless we kill... Well, they could still cast the Corvold either way. Another fight spell is good. Get rid of that Magda. Sadly, the thing about the Topiary Stomper is we can't attack or block till we have 7 or more lands. So if we went for the God Eternal Awareness next turn, it would be wasted. So we probably want to go for the Paradise Druid. Maybe. There's a lot of different options. Maybe we can go for... Ooh, they missed a land drop. Which means their Magda was important to their strategy. Because that was going to give them the extra land they needed. So surely they hit a land drop here at the +3 they just drew. But yeah, this is a really strong card with Corvold, because normally with this out they lose a life each time they cast a spell. But with Corvold coming in, they can just sacrifice it.
Don't worry. Oh, they're so cute.
Did they really miss a land drop? I find that hard to believe. They're going to play a tap land here and it's going to be black-green or something. How did I know that? And a Witch's Oven. Oh, jeez. Witch's Oven plus the cat would be so annoying. Okay, it tracks us 4, so we can use it to kill the oven. Let's go for the Garruk's. Garruk first.
I am what they call me. Well,
We can make the Druid come in. Then it also draws us a card now because we've made it stronger. But sadly, we still cannot attack. We actually have a fantastic answer in the Atrax's Fall. This can kill the Korvold if it chooses to come down. So it's a good thing we didn't actually use this on the Witch's Oven. No haste. We can block one of them. Wow. Draw 2, get 2 counters is loopy. That is so freaking crazily good. But that is the end step, though. So they can't play any of those lands. Let's kill the Korvold here. They're going to sack it to the Witch's Oven to get 2 treasures. Man, I'd really like to get some lands here. So let's get a creature into play. If it's power 3, we get to draw a card. And gain some life as well, which is decent. Okay, there's the land. 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably just go for the sword. And give that to the Brush Strider, I suppose. We can't actually attack in and kill the Chandra anyway. They've got no spells they can flash back for the -2, so she's relatively safe for now. These are all food, so they can't tap these for mana. So Korvold's not coming out this turn because it's 7 mana for him. Casualties of War would be awful. Provisioner, okay, that's really good. Gives them so much sack fodder here. So we really want to draw a land on our next turn.
Don't worry. Hey, these little guys are great.
This has got protection from red and green, so we could use this to kill the Chandra. I think that might be worth it. But then if we do that, we don't get to get any of the triggers. We'll see. I mean, we're getting close to lethal with the God Eternal bonus as well. If we draw land, then we can attack with the whole team. Deadly Dispute. And an Outland Liberator. They can use this to kill an artifact or enchantment. But they don't have any mana. Oh, they do have a mana open, actually. So they're going to kill the sword. Oh, man. Just want to have some fun with the sword. It does make our team a bit bigger, though. And I suppose it's better to kill that than the tribute, because this actually just draws us cards easily.
I'll leave your bones in my...
Sadly, no 3-drop, but we can get a double. Yeah, we'll go for this because it gives us 2 bodies. And they both get counters. That's crazy. If we get a land here, we can also attack with a Stomper. Oh, actually, probably want to save that. No, okay, that's fine. We'll do that here. Okay, so get rid of the blocker. So that's a 4/4, which means we can use the Ancient Animus in response to Korvold getting any triggers. So this is actually really good for an instant. We'll kill the Chandra, and these two go to face. Now, I'm guessing they've got a board wipe, because they're still in the game. So they've probably got something like Blood on the Snow. And then that would also get back the... Well, I don't know. The Outland Liberator was pretty clutch there. They're going to steal the Paradise Druid. So they've got haste, they can tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I don't think they're going to board wipe here, because why would they have done that? They could just sack it with a Witch's Oven, I guess. Man, I can't believe people are still using this deck. Like, so many decks have come out since this card came out, but it just goes to show how strong this one is. Okay, now sadly, I don't think we're going to be able to... It depends what they target. So they get to sack a permanent. Right, so now that creature's gone. Now we can have these two fight. And they don't have enough mana to sack the food, and they've got... The only creature they can sack is itself. Oh, yes. Take that. Awesome. So even with all that power, they died to one removal spell. Opponent goes first with Atraxa. Oh, dear. Right, okay. Let's give it a go, then. If they have any mana rocks, we can kill one of them, which will be good. But I don't really think we can compete with the power of an Atraxa, to be perfectly honest. They have 5 colours. And we have 1. So you can just... you can imagine what spells they'd have. Cultivate. Oh, that's bad for us. We can't interact with that. Shame it's not just an artifact. We could have killed it there. This ensures land 4 and 5. Which takes them closer to victory. Okay, Lovestruck Beast and Sanctuary is decent, but they're probably going to have something like Binding the Old Gods, some kind of non-land removal. Time Warp, man, it's this card. I think this needs to be banned. Elders Reborn, okay. Okay, well... It's a bit of a catch-22, because if we keep the Lovestruck Beast, we can't attack with it, so just get rid of that. Sword. It's cool. And it was actually, that worked out pretty well, because now we can swing in. Direction from red and green as well. Land. Shame we can't play the regrowth there. That would have been lovely to get back just anything, but... Make us discard a card. Sure. Get rid of a land. And if they go for a land, they can play the Atraxa. Kill the Lotus. We have the Manglehorn for that. We have the Manglehorn for that. Jeez, so much mana. And in their turn, they're going to be able to resurrect the Lovestruck Beast as well. They got rid of the Wanderer. Access 4. We can get rid of 2 things. Let's see what we get. We could get lucky. Lands would be good. Okay, land. 5 damage to fly, that doesn't do much here. Access 4. Let's kill the Reborn, because they're going to get back the Wanderer. And they're going to flicker the Atraxa each turn. Which sucks. And then we can get rid of the Lotus, because the key to the Archive's already done its job now. I mean, yeah. We did okay there, but I still don't think it's enough, what we have done here. Oh, they got Casualties of War, because always casualties. Draw a card. So what are they targeted here? They targeted the sword, the thing. Protection on the sword. Interesting that they opted to go for this before the Atraxa. Sure. And of course they had another removal spell, because why the F not, hey? Why the F not? So we're now top decking versus an Atraxa. Fantastic. Here's the question, guys. Do we win next turn? Unless they can kill... Oh, man, this was actually going to be lethal with Ronus. That was going to be 9, 18 unblockable damage. That was going to be. Are you serious? And a Demonic Tutor? I mean, if no one's ever seen Atraxa before, this deck is just this deck is the reason. This build, horrible, horrible. I don't normally like showing these videos, but sometimes I just like to remind people how devastatingly... Oh, and an Emergent Ultimatum as well. If anybody comments on this video saying I'm moaning at this deck, you are part of the problem. This goes into an infinite combo here, or any number of these. So, me not giving them one of these is not going to matter. Cool. Was that an interesting game, guys? You tell me. Sweet. Start in hand with the Goose and the Cultivate. Wow, this is a really, really sweet hand. The curve on this. Look at the curves on that. Cultivate next turn, then Ronus, then the Growth, and we'll see from there on. Double, double, double. Awesomeness. Okay. So 4 mana next turn. Now I'm thinking maybe go for the Visionary. So in this deck, any creature that adds mana is kind of better than a Cultivate, because a Cultivate can't attack and win you the game. So even with something like a Visionary here. So next turn they can... Okay, so Mutate costs 5. Sure. We have the Manglehorn though. So we can take care of the Thopter. Okay, that slows them down a bit. Which is good, because if they ever get this off, they're going to slow us down quite a bit. And in their deck, they have the same mentality, right? They have creatures that add mana. But it's good because they want to mutate onto them. So they could have Cultivate in their deck. They probably would still prefer creature. Although they've got the Sapphire Crystal in there. So I'm thinking... So this actually taps for an extra mana anyway. But... Okay, we'll go for the Visionary and then the Ronus, I think. Because we don't need 6 mana anymore. Or Panamonican. Yeah, we'll go for the Ronus anyway, because doubling Ronus's power is going to be sweet. If they have a board wipe, it sucks a bit, but that could be the reason to play the Crystal, because they don't want to commit any more creatures. And the Crystal's a nice way to ensure mana, but no loss, like the Ornithopter. So we could have a pretty nice 1-2 punch here. We just have to kind of think which would rather do, Panamonican or the Unnatural Growth. Zagoth Mumba, that's going to be able to kill something when it mutates. Okay, so I don't think board wipes are coming in here. So that mutates, they're going to kill 2 things because they're going to get the 4 damage and also the -2. That's very sad. That is very, very sad. So maybe this turn we go for the Panamonican and the Tribute. And then that means the next turn we get to, if we do play the Ronus, we're going to get quadruple power and draw a card as well. And then I suppose, yeah, then the Natural Growth is a nice, like, secret win con, isn't it? The double-double. And now they're thinking about blocking. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense to do that. Right. So they can kill 2 things, which is really sad. Or they could maybe kill the Panamonican. They did look at it in a funny way. Turns out this Mamba's pretty good. Mamba number 1. Nightmare Snake. Double strike as well. Jeez, that's a huge swing. I mean, feel free to target the Ronus, by all means. But this is also why I went for a 7 mana play this turn, because I knew that if they killed the mana makers, we wouldn't be able to do it in the following turn. Okay. They can swing in for 6 if they really want to. No. Okay. Let's see what this gets us here. Quadruple. Wow, 20. It's a real shame that we don't have trample here. Because they can just easily block with this 1-1. Yeah. The lack of trample there is pretty bad, to be honest. We should have dealt 19 damage to them there. Well, they're saying that Ronus can give other things trample. So this is going to be, you know, they work well with each other. Especially next turn, if I go for the Unnatural Growth. Cub Warden, oh my goodness. 4 more damage. Huh, they're going for the Ronus. Oh, because they also have the minus, don't they? The -2. Right, okay, this is getting pretty annoying now. Lifelink Double Strike. Jeez. So they keep mutating. They're going to get this whole stack of... So they've got -2, -2, 4... So they can basically deal 6 damage, right? They are so terrified of attacking, though. Do we just go for this again, but they don't have trample? No, I think we're going to mix it up here. Okay. See, I could have paid 3 to give the Gilded Goose +2 power there, which would have meant it would have doubled and Ronus could have attacked, but still no trample. So, do they have any more interaction? Man, another mutate would be pretty bad. Another double strike. I mean, it's already got double strike anyway. To give it to this, it would be kind of annoying, but not too bad, I suppose. Don't really give me much warning there, beginning of each combat. Okay, fine. Yeah, made a mistake. Although we can... Yeah, we wouldn't survive. Oh, that's really annoying. I could have made this a 4/4. Fine. So we're just basically going to get 3 life from that food later on. Jeez. Nylea. Land. Double. Double, right? How much mana do we have? So we can't do both. Damn, if we pay 3... Ah, that sucks. Okay, we get to draw 2 cards, though. Come on. Shadow Spear. That's a trample. Whoa, this is going to be a lot. Okay, we got really lucky with that. So this is going to be 40 trample. Indestructible. Vigilance, trample, lifelink, death touch, indestructible. Man, that was lucky getting that Shadow Spear off the top. Do they have an exile spell? Swords to Plowshares would just bonk us to death. We'd gain 42 though. Oh boy. Trample is the way forward. So they do gain life here, but wow. They're at 2. No, in our luck, they're now going to draw a farewell, aren't they? They're going to get a farewell, and we're going to be really sad. This Ronus's only downside is the fact he can't give himself trample. Jan Jensen. They need to kill the Shadow Spear, I think. To be honest, there's not much they can do, surely. Because we can just give this Raiders trample. Gee whiz, this does crazy power. Awesome. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.